This is Conan Exiles. We're on Xbox Series X, taking a look at this now optimized version of the open world survival multiplayer game. It's similar to titles such as Rust, more so Ark Survival Evolved, and kind of little bits of Daisy in there as well. But it's based within the Conan universe. And you're fighting various creatures that are representative of it, exploring a vast landscape, and doing so, well, basically locally, I guess, alone or with like private setups, or online with other players in these larger servers. So you can set up your own thing and everything like that. This one is like a 40 player cap server, so there are lots of other people. You can also choose to do things such as PvP, PvE, a bit of a mix mash, whatever you really want to. So on the Series X, you're getting two options. You get the option to either do quality, which is a native 4K at 30 FPS, or performance, which is what you're seeing right now, which is 1440p at 60 FPS. And you have to switch that in the main menu. So we're going to show and talk about the game first at the 60 FPS option, and then we're going to switch over and talk about it at the 4K option. So typically, just to quickly show that off there from the main menu, you would go into settings, and under video here you would have the option to adjust right below motion blur whether you want the performance or whether you want the quality mode. You get the choices. I personally find the 60 FPS at 1440 to be kind of the way to go, but completely personal preference in that regard. They've also improved a lot of other things. Greatly improved the texture quality, the view/streaming distance, improved water and fog materials. The volumetric fog on the island of Sipta has also been improved. So quality mode, alongside changing, kind of the resolution quality. So what you're getting with quality mode, you'll favor higher image quality and graphical settings, including higher shadow quality, view distance, foliage quality, and better visual effects. The performance mode will favor smoother gameplay, obviously, with a higher level of fluidity, so I assume it kind of slightly adjusts those. They've also added numerous additional features. This game does apparently have the mouse and keyboard support, if you're interested in that. And yeah, just kind of a wide range of players. Oh yes, okay, it does cap out at 40 players per server, so if that helps, have those details. Oh, I think we're at the edge of the map. We went the wrong way. Yeah, trying to get back to where my homestead is. So like you're seeing on the map, there are a wide range of different areas you can go to, and similar to Ark Survival Evolved, there's a lot of different DLC that you can kind of experience. You're also supposed to be able to move between kind of first person and third. At least that's what the controls kind of mention, but that may be disabled for this particular server. If we go to the controls here, control presets, see toggle first and third is supposed to be up on the D-pad, but I don't have that option, it seems. So I think it might be the server in that one. I feel dizzy from the thirst. Well, that's not good. I don't know if bugs will help a little bit with that, but you basically can collect a range of materials, as you're seeing here, so that you can do things such as crafting, and then you have attribute points. You kind of level up your character as you play, and you put them into these different categories. Feats, so these are things where you can unlock different crafting options, tools, weapons, weird gear. You can see your stats of your character, your journey, which is kind of like your guide tutorial, and then you can do like a clan, you can have followers, we see the map. You basically have these thralls, which are like slaves, and you kind of have them work your machines. Slaves is a bit of a hostile word, but you get the gist of what I'm saying in that regard. And the game has sort of an in-depth and easygoing, I guess you could say, creation system. That's why I'm trying to get back to where my actual house is so that I can show off a little bit of the actual kind of like area building, because like I mentioned, it's a survival game, like similar to Ark, so you actually can create your own little home. You collect items off the ground such as twigs and rocks, and then you begin building different things and getting additional tools so that you can survive. And like I mentioned, servers do change things up a little bit, but it seems a little less focused necessarily on straight up having to deal with the survival, and more about the elements of you going out there and sort of actually finishing quests and then doing certain things. Because there are a number of missions and things that you can take part in, and giant boss things and creatures and that. And there is a control option too, if that makes sense. in the sense that you can do like, just trying to think of what the best terminology is for it. You can basically do commands, control commands if you want, and it makes the achievements fairly easy to get if you like to go that way in order to unlock them a lot faster, because I know some people are achievement hunters, so I hope that helps. Yes, I am extremely thirsty, and I don't see in my inventory specifically that I have something kind of good in that regard. But we do have food poisoning. Oh, yeah. But you can go to all these different kinds of areas and explore. You kind of wake up in the desert. They've redone the character customizer too. If you've been gone for a while, the game's character customizer is completely revamped so that you're able to adjust them in multiple different ways and pick your like religion type thing. The game also does have elements of partial nudity and stuff, and you can kind of pick and choose that element as well, gameplay wise, so keep that in mind if it's something that interests you, or maybe doesn't. It's just a feature within the game, which I think is kind of interesting because you don't really get to see that too much. And it's about the savage world of Conan. It's something where it's a brutal world, it's graphic, it's intense. I was hoping I'd be able to fight some folks, but I kind of need to get water first before we do that, and I think we're getting pretty close to where the water is. But yeah, it's got like AI things you can fight, monsters, creatures, different areas for you to discover, and you kind of work through that. And this is not good. Don't really want to deal with one of their camps because they're very hostile towards me and they'll try to kill me. That guy looks dead. I think somebody's been killing these people. Anyways, yeah, it's actually got some interesting elements to it in terms of like the world and the discovery within the world. I've seen it since it first entered, like the early access period back in the day. I think first on PC, and then I saw it on PlayStation, I saw it on Xbox, I saw it like a few different Xbox consoles actually. I think I first checked this out on the original Xbox One was when this came out back in the day. It's been quite a while, and it's changed a lot over the years, just in terms of like, new additions to it and things like that. Do I have any actual wood? Yeah, we got wood in there. Okay, one sec. I'm cooking up some food on my campfire. I actually somehow stumbled into my housing area, which is kind of funny. And it's going to cook the food for me. And you can do things like that because it's a survival game, right? So you can actually make things at your camp, and you can create a house thing and do structuring. It's all a fairly intuitive system, to be honest. It gives you a lot of different tools in order to adjust and heal yourself and create better weapons and unlock things. It's, like I said, quite in depth actually. There's a lot to this one. It's decently complex in its offerings, and it can be sort of a fun game, and you can go swimming and fight different monsters and things. There's quite a lot to this one. And I think my house is just over here. So yeah, it's got a neat creation system, so I want to kind of do that. So we go over here. It's pretty like fast and snappy too, and how you sort things. So we're gonna just make a sandstone foundation. Oh, we don't have enough. We actually have to go and collect materials. So you can like kind of dynamically break apart like rocks to get stones, and then you gotta use this to get your tree. And I mean, you'd pick up twigs and stuff initially, and then eventually be able to get this stuff. So then you can go and you can make like a foundation. I'm over encumbered though, which isn't good. And then we can go to our inventory and we can kind of snap this in. Take no notice to the fact that I have all this like flesh everywhere. And you'd be able to basically like, place the foundation, and then you could do something like, actually I have a, no, I got rid of the wall. Oh no, I still have a wall, okay. And then we have the wall, and you can kind of like, rotate it around and stuff, and snap it in place really easily. It's really easy, and then you can go back here and you can let it go, and then your character will like quick create another, block for you, and you can place that down. And this is my house, actually. I set this up on here because we did a stream with this game just so I could kind of talk about it and show it off to a larger extent. And then, wooden box, so you can put in the items in that you collect. Like I said, there's quite a fair bit to do in this one in terms of like, building and exploration and that. I think it offers some unique scenarios. Is there like there's usually like an alligator here. I was gonna fight. Oh no, maybe the alligator's out on the water over this island. I don't know if the alligator's there right now, but usually there's lots of like animals and stuff. Just so I can show off a bit of the combat, and you can see that in action. But yeah, quests, different things to explore, and it's nice to have like this performance option where we can actually get, you know, sort of a fluidity. Ow! He broke my improvised torch. Not cool at all, crocodile thing. Yeah, and then it's day-night cycles, so obviously, you know, we're getting to night, so it's going to be a little bit harder for you to see for sure. And then once you kill something, I could take, like, my axe, and I could, like, cut it down to collect some, you know, food materials and that. Pretty riveting and exciting stuff, obviously. And then, of course, being a game where there's certain elements of, like, you know, Conan being all gods focused, not like God, but as in multiple weird creature type things. I think I'm part of Set. That's my religion or something in this. You get to pick and choose certain things. What do I have here for this cool putrid meat? It is inedible now. That's great. And then you can eat your regular food, and you know, like I said, there's a lot of actual complexity and stuff to this one, and different things you can do and enjoy. And it's kind of a full world. You know, there's good density in it. It's filled with things to kind of do if you kind of take the time to explore. It won't necessarily be for everyone, I'm sure, but it's kind of a cool, different survival game offering, you know, something within the Conan universe, which I think is a really underserved sort of bit of lore out there for, you know, kinds of any sort of medium. I feel like Conan isn't used to its full potential because, you know, we haven't had any modern like really shows or movies that I can think of except for like failed reboots or whatever. But I think it's a universe they could do some really cool stuff in. It's dark, it's mature, and it offers some unique situations. So we're going to switch over so that you can see the 4K 30 mode in action, and we're going to do that right now. So as you can see, we're in the settings of the menu, quality, performance, so we're going to switch over to quality. Okay, so I set up a single player experience, or well, this is the continuation of my single player experience. Obviously I have a lot better tools and weapons and equipment, and we've turned it into the whole, well, basically the quality modes. This is 4K at 30. Obviously the resolution quality gets bumped up a lot. This actually looks really great. Yeah, I wasn't expecting such a big upgrade, but we do drop down to the 30, and this is a single player experience, so obviously online would adjust things further, but the idea was just to jump into something quick that I've set up here that you know, we can kind of enjoy fast and that. Let's see what we're dealing with. So you get a stronger weapon, you can cut down a croc a lot faster. See, I got a lot of different tools and things I can deploy, because obviously this is a character where I've got things all pumped up and ready to go for intense combat, but yet, alas, the stamina continues to be a problem in these, doesn't it? But, yeah, different types of armor, and you can customize your character. See, this one is a little bit better scale-wise on things, but yeah, I definitely do sort of enjoy what this has to offer. I also have a little bit of a harder time, I suppose, focusing on what exactly I'm supposed to do in these games, like this type of game, or well, this game in general. But if you get out there and you explore and you take in the greater world, there's probably quite a bit that you know, I think you might experience when you get out into this world to see what it has to offer. And of course, very, very gory and mature too, like I had mentioned prior many times. I'm just hoping I come across like a camp or something of folks that I could battle and show that off with a bit. My stomach hurts? Of course it hurts. So is stomach hurting this, stomach hurting that. There we go. Get some eggs. The eggs are delicious. Oh, here we go. Now we can show off some of that. Yeah, you like cut off limbs, and you can cut them down, and you collect human food and stuff, or human meat, and turn that into food, I guess. But yeah, like I said, it's the brutality of Conan is alive here. I think it fits into the lore decently well, I guess, if you're a fan. You know, I was a little disappointed initially when this came, or well, when I first played this on the Series X, not like it came out on Series X, but seeing it now with the two mode options, I think that's really quite great. And it's going to be up to you. I mean, the 4K 30 mode actually, you know, it looks really, really great. It does. But having that fluidity option, I think at 1440 and then 60 FPS is kind of a really good selection to have available to you. I think that might be at least something to try out because the fluidity is going to help a lot when you're doing like, you know, combat or experiencing and exploring the world. It's just going to feel a little bit better. But yeah, that's the whole point of showing off both of them, is that you can get a decent enough understanding of what both are like and what both offer in terms of the quality and just, you know, kind of performance. Like this even feels a little not necessarily perfectly smooth at 30, I guess, as well, which is kind of an interesting thought. Hi there, lady. Taskmaster no more. Haha. Yeah, the world of Conan. Just crazy. Crocodile! But you don't have to just kill things. Well, I mean, you probably will be and probably have to, but you can actually build, you know, like your shelters, and you can scavenge things and work on crafting and that. It's a survival game to the core. I say, you know, I look at the different ones that I played over the years. You know, we have things like Rust, and we have Ark, and we have like DayZ, and, you know, some other ones. But I would say this definitely falls more in line as being something similar to what, you know, Ark Survival Evolve has to offer. So I hope this helped, and I hope you got a look at both of the modes in action here.